Hi, Skip here. Wanted to talk to you a little bit about. I'm talking about lists. I just shared a little bit with you about the your prospect list. A customer list is so important. And oddly enough, there's an awful lot of people who don't really keep track of their customers. Huge mistake. Huge mistake. The customer list is longevity. That's your long term. Your short term, your prospect list is going to be invaluable to you. You'll bring people in, you'll educate them, and whatnot. But the customer list is a little different because by the time somebody becomes a customer, they've already demonstrated that they're at least interested in what you have and who you are and what your products are all about. But you really build that long term relationship through the customer list. This is where you can put you spend a little more time on your story, your background. You provide a lot of value in your customer list. A series of emails timed over a period where people are getting updates, and you don't want to drive them nuts. And I've got some people that I get like 2 or 3 emails a day from certain people. It doesn't take very long for me to go delete, unsubscribe, get rid of them, whatever they're. That's too much. But an autoresponder, which I mentioned earlier, the autoresponder like Aweber, Mailchimp, Go Get Response. Those are critical tools. You like I mentioned before, you can't really do business without them. Um, but that's where you establish, and you can do it all within the same system. Aweber, you can set up different lists for different purposes and whatnot, and it's all targeted, and it's done automatically. So if somebody responds just to an ad, they go into your prospect list. They actually make a sale. It converts and goes into your customer list. But then you have a different style of follow up and types of emails that you're going to send to these people. Um, that branding part where you set up that brand, your brand, your personal relationship with people, who you are, what you offer, it gets personal and they get to know you. And now, I mean, think about this. You got a corner store that you go to, and you go to regularly, and in most cases, you're passing up other stores to get there. We have a store that we shop at all the time because we know the values, we know what's there, we know the layout of the store. It's reliable. We know people there. We've got relationships, and we know that we're always going to be. We trust that source. It's like that anywhere you go. You want to become a trusted source and a leader and someone who is demonstrating some knowledge of what you're doing, and that customer list is where that's going to happen. That's where you have a kind of a drip campaign over time. You send people information that's of value, and you're always giving out value in what you do. So when it comes to the time when somebody's actually going to make a purchase from you, they trust that they're going to get something of value, and they know that they've already gotten a lot of value from you anyway, so they're really not concerned. And this is where, and one of the things I've trained, I couldn't tell you how many thousands of salespeople I've trained over the years. And so many people they take a personal view on price. What's the price of an item or a product? And if they're only thinking price, they're not connected to the value. And you have to understand what value is. And I'm not suggesting that you're going to find a way to overprice anything. But what I am suggesting is that if you put your emphasis on value, providing value, you establish your price on that. And so there's people who overprice, and there's people who seriously underprice, and they don't price according to the value of what they're offering. And you really have to be able to do that. Anybody's willing to pay if they're getting the value. They're willing to pay a fair price. That's really important to understand. And so where you build that brand, you build that trust, and you build the value that now when you monetize the site, now you got something that has worth to it, and that's where you create multiple streams of income. That's where it happens. You want multiple streams. Don't rely on any one. You can go away overnight, and all of a sudden you're stuck. For long-term, reliable income, residual income, you want to look to that customer list as your platform. That's where you're going to build it. So, at the risk of rambling on and on and on, trying to keep this one under 5 minutes, just wanted to share you with it. And by the way, there's lots of training on this. There's a system, and I'll tell you more about that later. But there's a system where if you really want to get advanced training, really in-depth training, there is a system that you can get, and it's more than worth the money that you might pay for it. The training that I'm going to provide you is going to get you a long way, but if you want some advanced training, it is available, and I'll create that link for you. So anyway, I'm going to go on to the next subject, and with that, I'll say see you in the next video. Thanks. Talk to you later. Bye.